Hi there, welcome to the Upcycle Design Lab. My name's Cindy and I craft using recycled and repurposed materials. If you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and check out some of my other upcycling tutorials. And if you like what you see, you can check the subscribe button below any of my videos to become a subscriber. Also, if you'd like to be notified when I upload new videos, be sure to check the bell icon as well. So in addition to doing upcycling and crafting tutorials, I do also sometimes review products, and today I'm going to be reviewing this product called Draft Top. It's made to turn your aluminum cans more into cups than cans, and it does that by taking the entire top off of the can instead of making you open the pull tab. Now, while I think that's kind of a fun idea, and it could be fun for parties, or this could come in handy when you're camping or something, the reason that I bought it was to use as a crafting tool. Because of the way that it opens the can, it leaves you with some different pieces than you would have if you used a knife or scissors to cut up the aluminum can. And so because of that, I think that it could be a fun inspiration for some new ideas on ways to recycle and upcycle aluminum cans. But first I gotta open it and figure out how to use it.
All right, so here's a close-up of the packaging, and I do like that it's made in the USA. It's got a patent. There's some directions on the back that admittingly were a little, I wasn't sure how to follow them. There's also a QR code right here that you can watch more details on how to use the can opener. So I did watch the video, and I think I kind of know what I'm doing. So let's open it up here. There's supposed to be a tab. See, I don't know which way is top and bottom here, but is it this way? One of these pops out an end or a side. There we go. All right. So this little knob here you can push on, and it pops out the side. And then you put this part on top of the can, and I'm going to start with an empty can because I'm a little paranoid that I'm going to end up popping out, you know, I don't know, having an explosion of some sort. So you set this on here, and then I don't know, it's a little, you squeeze the can, or you squeeze this handle with kind of a firm grip so that it holds onto the can. And then supposedly you just turn it a couple times. Now you do want to hold it at the top or the bottom because there's really no integrity in the middle of the can. Yeah. All right, well, it came off. I don't know what that means. Maybe it was never on there very well. Let's try it again. I felt like it was holding on. It says you have to turn it a couple times. Well, interesting. Okay, so there might be a little bit of a learning curve here. I don't know if I'm not pressing it, holding it tight enough. They said on the video not to squeeze it too tight because you can break the tool itself. So I'm holding it, I'm squeezing it a little tighter this time. And it's not popping off the same way. One video I watched said to turn it a quarter turn and then you could turn it back, and another video it looked like they were turning it all the way around. I think I'm getting something now, I don't know. Not sure if it hurts anything if you keep going back around and around. I think I've made it all the way around though. Let's see what happens if I let go. Ah, look at that, my lid is inside my can. So let's see what we have. Puddle of water for one thing. All right, well that was fairly easy to use. I'm intrigued, I'll tell you, by this top metal lip here. It seems like sort of a fun piece that you don't normally get to when you recycle aluminum cans. And I'm also kind of fascinated by this piece, if the can wasn't popped open. All right, for my second try, I'm gonna attempt to open a full can, so we'll see what happens. Test out that I can hold it with the tool I'm going to squeeze tighter than I did. Like I said, I think maybe I wasn't squeezing it tight enough the first time. I don't know if anything's happening or not. It's weird that you're supposed to, like I said, some of them said to turn it back and forth, and some of them were just turning it all the way around. I don't know. Oh, you can definitely tell okay, see, my beer is exploding all over. Anyway. Now, the other thing is that you're supposed to, oh, yeah, I don't know, this one didn't work as well. It is loose, and in some cases they were saying you can just push the can or push the lid into the can, which did work. However, you'll notice there was sort of an explosion, and I didn't get it loose all the way, so I think I might be able to wiggle this out if I wanted to use the top piece here. But yeah, I don't know, for crafting purposes, maybe I'll just use the empty cans. Or I need to keep practicing, obviously, because I did have a little bit of an accident here. So let me clean this up. All right, so I've managed to get 2 cans open. And like I said, I'm kind of intrigued by these parts that you normally wouldn't find. This top comes off, and it does have a sort of rough edge here, but it's not really terribly sharp. So I think there could be some fun crafting ideas with this. And then, like I said, I'm just sort of fascinated by this top rim that also is not sharp. I mean, I think you might be able to get, well, I don't feel anything really, but you know, you might be left with a little bit of a sharp edge on the inside there, but really you have a very safe edge to drink out of it, and also to kind of use as the edge of some crafting project. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna drink my beverage here, and which is sort of fun to drink out of the can with the lid off, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I'm gonna kind of brainstorm and see if I can't come back with some fun ways to upcycle these cans. I have opened quite a few cans now, as you can see, and true confessions, I did open almost all of them when the cans were empty, so I still am a little nervous opening the cans with liquid in them, but I have really enjoyed using this as sort of a crafting tool. I have not come up with any projects using this lid top, so if you have some ideas, I'd love to hear about them, because I got a lot of lids now. The other thing is that I did, after opening so many cans, come up with a tip or two on how to use this can opener. So one of the things I found is that I pinched my hands in here a couple of times. So I'm going to talk about avoiding that, because it doesn't feel very good. So one thing, if you're using an empty can, I think it's a little bit better if you take the pull tab off. And when you hook the can, if your can's empty, you can kind of see what you're doing a little bit better. So you want to make sure that all 4 rings stay inside the rim here. You could probably do this if it was full as well, but I just want to show you, obviously, if you have a full can, you're not going to want to tip it upside down. But as you're opening it, I'm going to try to get this sound on the video. So there, as you turn it, I'm squeezing the handle here and turning, and I don't really hear anything yet. There, that sound is the sound of the can opener working. So let me see if I can keep going, and you can hear the sort of crackling sound. That one was actually a pretty quiet can. Let me try another one. There is sometimes if you're squeezing really tightly, or if you're holding, whoops. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to replicate this, but sometimes you'll get a really sharp popping sound, and that means that one of the wheels has come off. And if you keep going and you squeeze and you keep pinching this in, that's when you can sort of snap it closed too quickly, and my fingers have, you know, the skin on my fingers has gotten caught in there a couple times. So if you hear a sharp popping sound, that means that one of the wheels has come off, and you want to just release it and readjust it so that you get all of 4 wheels back inside the rim of the can. That was the can, sorry. I'm not doing a very good job of demoing this. Okay. That wasn't it. This is the sound that you want to open the can. Maybe I've just gotten better at opening the can. Anyway, I guess I'm not going to be able to reenact this, but sometimes you'll hear just a really sharp pop, and it won't be that crunching sound as you're turning the can, and that means that one of your wheels has come off a little bit. And if that happens, you definitely want to stop and put it back on the can solidly so that you don't snap it shut on your fingers. See, that was the sound right there. So you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but this little tip of that wheel is no longer inside the can rim. So I'm gonna just ease out on the handle, put it back in there, and re-grip it. I don't know if I can show that on the camera, but the wheel isn't sticking out anymore. I like twisting my cans back and forth when I'm opening them. Anyway, that was the crunching sound, but if you hear a really sharp popping sound, you're not going to be able to. That's the other thing. If you don't get it open all the way around, you can push these lids out pretty easily. Sometimes that leaves a little bit of a sharper edge here, but you can file that off. So here's the part you've been waiting for. I did come up with several projects using the Draft Top tool, but I do need to mention, I always forget, that this is not a sponsored video. This is just some of my own opinions, and I did really enjoy crafting and creating things based around the top ring of the can. If you have some of your own ideas, I'd love to hear them. I'm going to be sharing the projects that I made, the tutorials, in the next couple of videos, and if you're interested in those, you can get to them in the description box. Please leave your comments, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon in the lab.